Namaste, angels. This is the weekly love reading. I almost forgot to do it. I apologize. Starting with try again. So maybe a relationship or contact or something, you need to try again. Also buy shoes and stay in bed. Spirit says cocktail, email, and romantic dinner. So an email may spark a conversation that could lead you going out for dinner and drinks. With the moon in love, you may be ending up in like arguments with your partner, or you may think you know something that you really don't, and just feel confused, possibly jump to conclusions. Try to avoid doing that. That's what the moon in reverse is about with love. That if you it might be better just to take some space from each other. But if you feel the need to absolutely discuss something or address something, then make sure you know what you're talking about. And if you don't know what you're talking about, then ask. Do not jump to conclusions, because it can be dire consequences. Maybe something that you don't want to happen, like a breakup or something. The moon represents the sign of Pisces most directly in the tarot, but Earth's moon rules the sign of Cancer. I'm going to put it in there. The next card was the Three of Cups. And after that, the Queen of Cups. So you could be thinking that something's not going well in a relationship or in a scenario, maybe involving a King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And that's not correct. Things are fine. Or you may think that even if you're in separation, for example, you may think that they are no longer thinking of you or don't care about you, and you'd be wrong about that too. So don't jump to conclusions. Make an effort to get clarity from the actual other party, or leave it alone. We have the Six of Wands that I landed on. I'm going to just go ahead and cut here. What just flipped over? I'll let you know what they are. Magician, Ace of Wands, Judgment in reverse, the Five of Wands, the World, and the Knight of Wands. But I'm going to put them here in the middle, where I was going to put them anyway. Just tell me what they are. And our new overall energy is the Eight of Cups in reverse. Now for these, we're starting with the Seven of Cups, which is, for me, is more Piscean energy. Can be about goals that you want to reach, dreams and things you want to achieve, accomplishments, options, a lot of suitors in love. For me, sometimes it can get into one-night stands. It's time to stop procrastinating and to make a decision so that you can move forward with a priority. If you need to do more research, then do so, but don't overthink the situation. Listen to your heart. The next card was the Hierophant in reverse. So everybody knows. This represents the sign of Taurus, where the North Node is going to be soon. Very soon. I think in like another week or two. It will leave Gemini and move into Taurus. I did a birth chart on, I forgot what was different about it. I think I had put in the wrong birth time, or I didn't put in a birth time at all, and it made me a Taurus. When I put in my birth time, I'm a Gemini. But pretty much all my placements have really low degrees. Anyway, Our overall energy here is the Six of Pentacles. Gifts of money, time, or effort. New career opportunities. Receiving a loan and paying off debts. I talked about the Six of Pentacles a lot in the other two readings that I did. It popped up there too. Particularly in this deck, this particular Six of Pentacles for me, it very much speaks of Venus. I think that for a lot of people this could not only be Venus, but maybe specifically Venus in Capricorn. But here's her Taurus. I see all her signs, all this greenery, even the butterfly, to me is like very earth, and her Taurus. And of course we have the scales of balance or the scales of justice, depending upon how you look at it, what one's perspective is. And then there's like a bunch of like confused, scattered air back here, and that is Gemini for me. In any case, in love, the Six of Pentacles is about equity and equality and mutual respect and adoration and exchange of energy and unconditional love. So giving without thinking about receiving, but at the same time being open and able to both give and receive, allowing love to pass both ways. Very beautiful energy. It's one of my favorite cards, actually, for all of its placements. So the Eight of Cups for us in reverse says that if we're single and looking, the Nine of Swords just fell away, so I'm not going to give this to anyone. We'll just use this for all of us. Nine of Swords in reverse. I'll talk about that one in a second. But the Eight of Cups in reverse, our overall energy here, says that if you're single and looking, it's time for you to actually do that. Like, get out and look and engage with the world and with other people, as much as you can, or to the extent that you can, even if that just means online or, online dating and things like that. If you're in a relationship, a long-term relationship, it's very possible that you're thinking about leaving it. And the Eight of Cups in reverse just says to be sure, probably because that Pisces energy is around us, which again can be confusing. So you ultimately may leave your partner. You may actually decide this relationship is no longer for you, but the card is just recommending that you are certain that you move past that, any confusion that you were having. What was the next card? Oh, it's the Queen of Swords in reverse. So maybe in particular, it is she who is wanting to leave a relationship. She is very possibly a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. The card most directly representing the fire signs in love this week, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, is the Knight of Cups in reverse. Don't you like that better than the Nine of Swords, which was trying to get you? For the for the earth signs rather, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, your card is the High Priestess, upright. For us air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, our card is the Sun, upright, major arcana card number 19. And last but not least, for the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, your card is your own energy, the Queen of Cups, upright. Beautiful, beautiful cards this week. And additional energy of the Nine of Swords in reverse. So let's start with that Nine of Swords that's for everybody and get that out the way first. This can be a card of distrust. Even in reverse, it can be about you needed to give some like deep thought as to what is really going on in your relationship. If you feel like your partner's being dishonest with you or has been dishonest with you, it's a good time to check into it. If you're single and looking, then you should take your time actually getting to know new people now. Don't rush into anything, because you could definitely come up against somebody who is out for a good time and nothing more. And if that's where you're at too, then it's fine. But if you're looking for something more than that and they're not there, then that's not going to be a good situation, because they may not be honest with you about that. They may just, use you for what they can get, take it, and be gone. This person will be the type of person that is like good at telling people what they want to hear, and then they don't follow through. So it's going to be very important that you follow your gut with this guy, girl, whatever. The Knight of Cups, even in reverse, is one of these sweep you off your feet cards. If you're single, then it can mean somebody that that somebody may come out of like nowhere and sweep you off your feet. You may need some time to adjust to the changes. So it's possible that maybe because of the Nine of Swords and reverse energy, you're feeling like you can't trust this person because you're just not used to this kind of somebody laying it on so thick. And then maybe they can be trusted. Because again, there's a confusing energy in the air too with the Seven of Cups and the Moon. Give yourself some time, get to know them again, whatever time it is you need, and then you can make a better judgment, right? Of course, again, listen to your heart, listen to your gut. If you are already in a relationship, then this card can mean that one or both partners may be feeling like sort of emotionally overwhelmed by the requirements or demands of the relationship right now. And this can be worked out, of course, if both I'm gonna say both parents. Maybe you are parents. Maybe that's why you're feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you had a baby and it's like, oh God, like now our whole life has changed. But where that's not the case, both partners are, interested in working things out. If only one is, then you can't successfully do that. But if both are, you need to have a conversation and all that. There is, well, I said if only one is. Well, if only one is interested in getting back together. It's possible that only one of you is feeling overwhelmed, though. And if that's the case, then the other should wait until that person is feeling more themselves before they, try to force them to sit down and have any, talk anything out. And of course, this Knight of Cups may be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, and or an X. Knight of Cups is often representative of an X for me. Moving on to the Earth signs and the High Priestess. So the High Priestess represents the sign of Gemini most directly. In the tarot, traditional tarot, can also be representative of water signs. And it's about just being really, really mysterious and attractive to people. And it's like a magical time for anybody that's really even interested in love. If you're a woman, then you may find people like literally throwing themselves at you right now. You're really embodying this High Priestess energy. And the problem with that, though, is that you attract like good and bad, and it's not always easy to discern which is which, especially now, again, with the Pisces energy. But you have like all this really powerful energy of femininity at your use at your disposal in this time. And that may seem great initially. It is great. It is great to be the High Priestess. I mean, I'm the High Priestess too. But the power is like it's very strong and potentially easily abused. So it needs to be used wisely. If you date women, whether you are a male or a female yourself, if you date women, then you could be interested right now in a woman who's sort of distant or coming across to you as distant and unapproachable. And it may be that she'll stay this way, to be honest. You need to, again, trust your instincts and listen to your gut, as I told the fire signs. Listen to your gut and your heart to let you know when you're chasing and when you're finding. Chasing versus finding and or allowing yourself to be found. We don't want to chase. The Sun is actually another card similar to the Knight of Cups, where one or both partners could be in need of some space, so some time to themselves, or feeling like they need to get away, maybe together, like as a couple, maybe go somewhere warm, a warmer climate. It is it's not a time to be like whiny or needy, especially if you don't need space. It's your partner that needs space. Definitely allow them that. Don't be, like clingy and need coming off needy and stuff. If you're single and looking for love, then again, similar to the Knight of Cups, it can be right around the corner for you. Like on the horizon. It's the sun in the horizon. Get it? right there. And last but not least, we have the Queen of Cups, who is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. We could be having like water on water relationships here with this, with the Queen of Cups actually ending up there in this placement. She is one of the most loving cards in the deck, of course. She represents a very positive outlook about a relationship. If you had a question, yes or no, is it good, is it not, it's good. If you're single and she shows up, then it's a good indication that you need to get out and mingle and meet. It's a good time for you to meet new people. Very positive romance, healthy relationship, again, on the horizon or right around the corner for you. It's here's the caveat with her. right? They all have all this really great stuff, and then there's like one thing that's potentially negative, depending upon where it goes. And I guess especially since it's like sitting under the high priestess, if this somebody may have both of these energies, like maybe you have earth and water in your chart heavy. She, how do I want to say this? She can, well, or air and water I meant to say, because this is the placement of air, and again Gemini energy, like an air sign, like the Queen of Swords. Sometimes she can overdo it with love. She can love very hard and be very pushy with regard to love, so much so that you end up possibly pushing your love interest or partner away because it's just like too much and coming way too hard and or too fast. Also, maybe she may maybe she won't be pushy in terms of the actual relationship or partner, but she could prioritize the relationship in such a way that it's like above everything else, just get really carried away with the excitement of new love or whatever it is, and like to the detriment of other things in her life. And it's important to keep track of everything that's going on in your life, not just your relationship. And that is the Queen of Cups. So with that in mind, those things in mind, let's move on to these. And I'm glad you guys like the cross. We'll do a cross specific to love. So this will be the recent past and near future. Love only. This is love only. Message from our higher self. 3D life. Heart of the matter, what's the most important thing? Our focus this week in love, the theme, whatever, however you want to look at it. There we go. And again, our overall energy is the Six of Pentacles. Beautiful energy for love. Well, right out the gate, we're starting with the Two of Cups. That's the first card up. So definitely can't complain. A relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness and the positive resolution of a conflict. This is in the recent past, and it is here with the World. Congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you set out to do. You've made it through the challenges and incorporated life lessons to the lessons that life offered you with grace and courage. For me, the World represents a fire energy that's the driving force behind it. It is Major Arcana card 3. Maybe a party of 3 of some sort may have come to an end recently or may come to an end early this week that allows for forgiveness and apologies in a coupling, in a partnership. Whoa. With the King of Cups. He is warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful. A trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. If you don't get this, like in the 3D in your life, it could definitely be energetic because the World is a karmic energy. So it's like the universe stepping in to bring a cycle to an end, to complete, or you having completed some sort of karmic cycle. And threes are often about the need for additional patience for the whole thing to actually play out. So this can be like what's going on energetically or behind the scenes. That the energies are healing. Maybe this King of Cups wants to return to you. Maybe you want to return to them. Or maybe this is somebody you're going to meet after having successfully completed another karmic cycle or relationship in your life, releasing some, out with the old and with the new. The King of Cups, very possibly a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Near future, we have the Wheel. So this is also super positive right out of the gate. Major Arcana card 10, the Wheel. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward and fortune is on your side. So this is Jupiter ushering in new energy, growth, expansion, bigger and better things. In a very literal sense, Jupiter, ruler of the sign of Sagittarius, and also ancient ruler of the sign of Pisces. He may be attached to that King of Cups, and maybe that's what's being ushered in because the Jupiter actually recently, last week, entered Pisces and is now there along with Neptune, Pisces' other ruler. Wow, Four of Wands rather, in the near future. Contentment, peace, and abundance. A happy home life and the successful completion of a project. So we have in the recent past this 3, Major Arcana card 21, that I told you felt like fire to me. So it's kind of like a 3 of Wands. And then in the near future, we've moved to the 4 of Wands. You see that? Also, and the Empress. Wow. Time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. This is co-creation. This is collaboration. This may be cohabitation. This is fertility. This is, in a very literal sense, this is possibly pregnancy, if that's what you're looking for too. A message from our higher self with regard to love. 5 of Wands. We've been seeing this so much lately. Being conflicted, right? It can be metaphorical in terms of like it's a mental, it's emotional, we're conflicted, or this can be about actual conflicts or fights, debates, arguments with other people, often close friends and or family members. Occasionally, you may experience clashes with others. So this could be our higher self warning us of this is to come. And giving us this special message, okay? We may experience the clashes, but if you decide the matter is worth your energy, then do what you can to minimize the conflict without sacrificing your goals or beliefs. That's the important part. And that's only if you decide it's worth your energy. You might decide to just walk away from it and not give it any energy at all. A Sagittarius or Leo may be involved. It's possible. Your plans will work out well, bringing you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments that you so richly deserve. Or this can mean, again, you need space because there's conflict. You're running into conflict. Again, the sun in the area of love can be about needing space from each other. And it's like walk away to avoid conflict. You know what I mean? Just walk away. A desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. 3D life. 3D life. 6 of Swords. Things are looking up. It's the end of a difficult situation. You may have been taking a trip. The Chariot, also about movement, moving possibly. So it can be metaphoric. It can be, emotionally moving on, moving forward. It can be mentally moving on, moving forward, physically moving on, all of the above. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. I think we're moving on from conflict and or from being conflicted. We go from the 5 of Swords. Your current path isn't leading you toward the happiest possible outcome, so why not change it? Always maintain integrity and compassion, but be alert to the hidden agendas of others. We go from this to the 6 of Swords with things looking up, and then to Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot, 5, 6, 7. You may want to play that number also in your local lottery numbers game. But we definitely ascended, and we moved on to this very potent energy of victory, success. Again, move forward movement, an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. So other people could even be noticing that you've moved beyond, a challenging time, and maybe like, oh, y'all are speaking again, y'all go back together, or whatever's happening, or you dating again, you out there, you putting yourself back out there, or you single, you going to the spots. Okay, I see you. It can be something like that, or this can be about actually moving. Moving house, again, moving in together. It's crossing with the near future and the energy of the fertility and the Empress. So that, when I said cohabitation, possibly this could be moving in, deciding to move in together after a period previously of possibly even separation and stuff, Make up, get back together, decide to move forward, move in together. Very possible. Heart of the matter for this week right now. Just like in the other reading, we had 2 3s of Swords there. So we got the 3 of Swords. Sadness is part of life, but you don't have to endure it alone. You may need a little time to heal, but once you work your way through the emotions, you'll be stronger than before. Again, a party of 3 may blow up shade. Again, we had the 3 here with the World. So something may happen with a party of 3, or a relationship, and or a relationship may come to an end. But again, it's giving way to something else. The Knight of Swords is decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and to make your decisions quickly. Knight of Swords is one of those. If you're single, you could definitely be taken, spun for a loop, as they say. This is one of those cards where you could just be swept off your feet. And this may be a twin flame or soulmate relationship with whom that happens. Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist you in your endeavors or to expand the number of people who are helping you. Very, very positive energies this week in love for progress and moving forward. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you've enjoyed the reading. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate it. Happy New Year. Namaste.